Hello everyone, I'm in this presentation I'm going to talk about the interplay between fantasy and real life in mobile gaming. And in recent years, with the popularity of smartphones, we see how mobile games have dominated the gaming market. And for example, the game I'm playing now, Clash of Clans, is a mobile game, and it generates a revenues of 2.4 million US dollars every single day for its company, just this one game. And I wonder, why are mobile games so popular across the whole world and lucrative for the developers? To answer this question, I've come up with some ideas, and here is my thesis. Please look at point A. In mobile gaming, real life and gameplay experiences are often interlaced, and this phenomenon is exploited by the gaming industry to generate huge revenues. In particular, the interplay between virtual and real time, the sense of possession and the feeling of belonging are the major factors that render mobile games addictive. So according to my observation, real life and the gaming experiences are often successfully integrated in these games. And here I'm not talking about things like Wii or 3D features that make the players feel as if they were really in the game. Those are just sensations. Here I'm talking about something deeper, psychological and emotional. And that is, many of these games tap into our desires for achievement, ownership of stuff, and interpersonal relationship. Basically, these 3 points. And following on, I will explain more in details. And point B, the interplay between virtual and real time. And this is the first point I want to talk about. And with the timing mechanisms in most mobile games, actual time and in-game virtual time overlap with each other. So many mobile games have this timing system. There is always a certain amount of time one has to wait before they can continue the game or achieve a certain goal. The time the player has to wait is the actual time in his real life. That is, the system always shows the exact seconds, minutes, hours, or sometimes even days one has to wait in real life. And why would people want to wait? To put it simply, in real life we are always waiting. Waiting for the job to be done, waiting for the class to be over, and wait for the bus to come. And so we are willing to wait for something to be done in the game. That's just my personal observation. We anticipate and actually look forward to it. So in this way, the overlap of the actual and virtual time makes the players come back to the game again and again. For example, in Clash of Clans, I need to wait sometimes for days for the constructions of buildings to complete. And also in Tower Saviors, that is 什么之塔, there's always a certain amount of time one has to wait before he or she can play it again. And something like an energy recharging system. And so that's the first point. The second one is the sense of possession. That's point C. Lacking a substantial story background or exciting features. Many mobile games are really just about getting and owning virtual stuff. And so, if you have ever played one mobile games, you will notice that the gameplay in most of these games are simple and repetitive. For example, Candy Crush is just about moving the candies around, and that's it, to complete the puzzles. I don't get it. And this game, these games either have none or very little story background behind them, unlike Dungeons and Dragons, which I suppose are full of stories, rules, and drama. So the sole purpose of mobile gaming is more often than not to own something unreal, and yet you just want to have it. This desire for ownership has actually made me spend thousands of dollars on the game I'm playing right now. For example, in Tower of Saviors, there are these cars, these evil cars one can collect. The players will never be able to hold the cars in their hands, but you know how much money 什么之塔 has made from these cars that never even exist. People discuss and show off these cars, these imaginary possessions to their friends, and this leads us to the final point, point D, the feeling of belonging. The guild system in mobile game allows the gamers to interact and compete with their fellow players in real time. And I think this point is very easy to understand. Comparison and competition among people always keep one interested in the things they are doing, even if it's just something imagined in a game. And I don't have much time, so I will just jump to the conclusion. So in conclusion, while the gameplay and graphics in mobile games are mostly simple and rudimentary, the integration of real-life elements and the gaming fantasy makes the games realistic and addictive. So compared to the games on consoles like maybe Xbox or PlayStation 4, mobile games may look like just child's play. You can make a comparison between Call of Duty and Candy Crush. It's a very drastic comparison. But with its interconnection between reality and fantasy, in the psychological dimension, a mobile game could keep one like me addicted for a long time. And that's all. Thanks for your attention.